You have to make a YouTube video. You have to make a reel. You have to make content that goes well. You also have to make the page. I also I haven't worked on Dovelo for a long time. I'm also streaming today. I have to draw something cute, something that people will. I also need to look for commission. I haven't even have friends. I also haven't spoken to my mom in a Why didn't this video go well? How do I top this video? I haven't grown much in like a week. This is also I feel so anxious and I feel so stressed and I haven't even eaten today. I forgot to drink water again. I am burned out. And it's hard. I think that is something most artists will experience at least once in their lifetime. It's getting burnt out from making art and just content creation. Like all your art just starts to feel bland and you don't have the same motivation and same like hype about your own art anymore. I feel stressed, I feel anxious about posting, about social media. I think I just took on way too much. But let's go back to where it all started. Or where everything just started to go downhill in my head. I had a few videos that went viral on Instagram. Before that, I actually just enjoyed posting and I didn't worry too much about the algorithm and like how people received it. Like it was nice if I had a drawing that got a bit of attention, or if I had a reel that got like over 1,000 views. But before I had that pigeon video go viral, like it ended up at 2 million views, I was more relaxed about posting, and I can just feel now that I worry a lot about the numbers. I worry a lot about like topping my own success. And as my Instagram grew in following and engagement, I just kept thinking like, okay, how do I make a video go viral again? How do I make content that is engaging, content that people want to share? You know, my mind started to be only on growth. And the reason why I focus so much on it is because I had this idea that if I just grew my Instagram, I could start to make this a full-time thing and I could like earn money on it. But I got disappointed because I'm not an US citizen, I can't like make money directly on Instagram. I'm not getting brand deals, I'm not like getting money from anywhere like directly from Instagram because I can't be a part of their, I think they have an ad program, but it's only in the US. So even though I have a couple videos that have over 1 million views, I'm not making anything from it. So it feels kind of a waste of a time. But don't get me wrong, I'm happy about having grown my Instagram so much and created a little community. It's great. I'm not like trying to sound ungrateful, but I was hoping to make a bit of money from it. Then after I saw the like success on Instagram, I tried Twitch, and I also put a lot of energy into YouTube. And so I started 2 new things at once. It wasn't that big of a problem in the beginning because like streaming wasn't that big of a deal. I still I drew something on the stream, and like that way I actually created content for at least Instagram, because I would have a piece of art that I could post the next day on Instagram. YouTube was a little harder because there goes a lot of editing and recording, speaking, all that stuff into a video. It's way easier to create a quick reel on Instagram. But even though Instagram is easier to make videos for, I don't like the short form content. Like you really have to think about a hook. You have to make people stay within the first few seconds. You can't have slow content. You have to have something happen every second. And it's just taxing to have to think about algorithm and trends and trending music. it's hard for artists, I think, to like keep up with the short form content. So I actually enjoy YouTube, even though it takes a bit more effort. But you can get away with not having to have something to happen in every single second. The video that pushed me to create this video was a video by, I hope I say this right, Darren Naylor, and he talks about like how having a YouTube channel with only 500 subscribers changed his life. And he comes around a few different topics, but one of them that's really stood out to me was like people are wanting more authenticity. Like you don't have to have really polished content. I think people are like a little sick of the fast-paced, really high production videos. I mean, they're still good, but he talks about like it's a better time now to just make like slow burn content, and I'm all for it. Really, I'm tired of having to, put sound effects on everything and just having to have really good cuts and all that. And that's not saying I won't edit the videos. I'm still gonna focus on the editing and like cut out stuff that is not necessary to have in the video. Like, I'm feeling like I'm going a little off topic now, but let's go back to my journey here. So I started making YouTube videos and all that, and I actually enjoy it. But then I had, I had Instagram, I had YouTube, and I had Twitch. And on top of those things, I have my personal project that I want to make a short film. I'm not sure where it's going anymore. Maybe it's just because of the burnout, but like I'm not very motivated for it anymore. It's a little overwhelming. I don't know if I can do it actually, but I still want to hang on to the idea, and maybe I have to put it on a little hold just for a little time. I might go back to it, but at least like it's not a Kickstarter project. No one has put money into it. So if I decide to, just shelf it, it's not a big deal. And like I might just keep to short animations and illustrations. But yeah, I had that, project in my head on top of everything else. And then I made a mistake. I tried to make a Patreon, and it was just a mistake. Making a Patreon was something that I thought about for quite some time, and then I made a kind of quick decision to just try and start. And so I set it all up, I uploaded a few things, and I made a date where it was supposed to launch, and it was actually today, or I don't know if this will be up the next day, but the 1st of April. And as of today, I'm just too overwhelmed with it, because a Patreon means that I have to make even more original content, and I also have to think about, I can't just post this on Instagram because it has to be something exclusive for Patreon. And it was just too overwhelming. I got kind of anxious with it, so I've just decided to scrap it. It's just too much, and I have to take a step back now, and I have to reevaluate like how I should distribute the time on each platform, because that's also something like I haven't been good at taking breaks. I think I've been grinding the Instagram and just social media stuff for like 2 months straight, and when I think about it, I've probably taken 2 days or something where like whole days where I didn't create, where I didn't think about content creation, I didn't think about making art for Instagram or something like that. And that's not good. I have to take more breaks. I have to like do things I love. I love video games, but I just haven't sat down and played for a really long time, because I've had that thought in my head, like, you have to create, you have to post, you have to do this, you have to stay relevant. Like, I have that fear, like if I don't post for a couple days, I will become irrelevant and people will forget me, they will unfollow. Like, it's really anxious to have these thoughts. And I hope if you're in the same situation as me, take a break. We need to take a break, and we need to stop focusing so much on growth and just creating content that we're really into. And if it's not like a new trend, don't worry about it. Just make content that you like, and it might become a trend later. Like, and that's the thing that guy talked about as well. It was like, if you can create a video on YouTube and it might not get more than 30 views like in the first month, but after 6 months the topic you're talking about might become really relevant and people will find the video, and it can suddenly get up to like a couple hundred views, like a couple of thousand. So like, if you create a YouTube video, it keeps being kind of relevant. It will just stay there, and it can get views after years. Where like, if you take an Instagram reel, it has like a certain lifetime. So like, for example, for the video that went viral, my Patreon video, of course it still gets views, but it had that spike, and when it topped the 2 million, it just went down, and it's kind of dying now. So like, a reel will, or a short, or a TikTok will like at some point just die out, and you'll then have to create new content, a new reel that can have some lifetime. And do you get where I'm going? So what is my plan now? My plan is to take more breaks. My plan is to still do Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch, but my plan is to do a little bit less Instagram, a little bit more YouTube, and the same amount of Twitch that I've been doing. So that will be like, I'll probably post a couple times a week on Instagram, or if I just feel like I have something to post and not worry about like I have to post every day or every other day, but at least a couple times a week. On YouTube, it's like once or twice a week, like with a longer video, and then a couple shorts. And for Twitch, it's the same, so it will be between 2 to 3 streams a week. And I will take those breaks. I will try and take at least, like, at the minimum 1 day where I don't create, I don't think about content creation, I don't think about making a good drawing for social media. I might draw, but I will be drawing something I enjoy, something I want to draw. I think that's what I had to say about this topic of burnout. I'm curious if you've experienced burnout, or if you're in burnout right now, and just your thoughts about it. Like, what did you do to get out of burnout, or what are you doing to avoid burnout? And yeah, if you want to check out my other social places, like platforms, you know where to find them. It's down in the description. I hope you could get something out of this video, and I hope you enjoyed the little burnout drawing I did here. Sometimes I just love to like draw my feelings, and this was definitely one of those times. It was kind of nice to get it out visually. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next one. stay safe and keep drawing.